We're gonna keep going. We're gonna finish this.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Verdant Rain Moon. Fodlan's New Dawn. With the destruction of Shambhala, the ambitions of those who slither in the dark are forever shattered. However, Rhea has suffered grievous injuries in the process. Yet, certain mysteries remain unsolved, so Claude and the others approach Rhea, who is now confined to her room due to her wounds.
I am happy to see you two.
Sorry to interrupt your rest, but there are some things that we absolutely must ask you.
It seems I do not have much time left. I do not intend to hide anything any longer.
Rhea, I have to ask, you're the Immaculate One, aren't you? If what I'm thinking is correct, that's what the Children of the Goddess is referring to. In other words, you...
I am the last child of the progenitor god. A long time ago, the progenitor god came from somewhere far away and descended upon this continent. She changed her form to resemble that of a human and gave her own blood to birth her children. The progenitor god and her children shared knowledge and skills with the people of the land. Together, they built a prosperous civilization. But the humans turned their backs on the teachings of the progenitor god and engaged in senseless wars. Eventually, people began to think of themselves as gods and challenged the progenitor god herself to battle. The land was scorched in the war that ensued, and the majority of humans were annihilated. I believe that those who slither in the dark are the descendants of those who retreated beneath the ground during that time.
So they'd been waiting all that time for their chance at revenge.
It took the progenitor god an astonishing amount of time to revive the ravaged world. But eventually, the continent found peace again, and the progenitor god, having fulfilled her duty, fell into a long slumber in the Holy Tomb. The children who stayed behind built a settlement in Xanadu to protect the Holy Tomb as they quietly lived out their lives. But then, Nemesis appeared, bringing tragedy along with him. Even now, I cannot forget the sight of that massive canyon painted red with blood. I was never able to forgive those who proudly wielded weapons crafted from the corpses of my brethren. I was the only survivor of Xanadu, and all I could do was wander across Fodlan, clinging to my desperate desire for revenge. I called myself Seros, fostered the founding of the Empire, and prepared to oppose Nemesis and his followers.
Unbelievable.
I put Xanadu behind me to gather the remaining children who were scattered across Fodlan. Finally, we killed Nemesis on the Tailteen Plains, and I took back the Sword of the Creator.
Let me get this straight. Saint Seros is you? You're kidding me, right?
Professor, Claude, there's something you need to hear right away.
If you have something to report, do so at once. There is no need to let my presence worry you.
As you wish. We're receiving a constant stream of express messengers from cities to the east. They claim that an unidentified military force is attacking, and that there have already been a large number of casualties.
What?
The reports indicate that the cities and towns along the East Gronder thoroughfare in the Old Hrim territory have already been destroyed. Some villages were razed completely, leaving no survivors.
Damn it! Did they come from Shambhala? Could it be that there were some remnants of that wicked group hiding there?
I have a report. The unidentified military force has crossed the Great Bridge of Murden. Alliance forces met them in battle, but it seems they have already broken through.
They've already made it so far. Is Count Gloucester unharmed?
The Count is fine, But apparently my brother joined with reinforcements and was gravely injured.
Do you mean to tell me they easily got past a general as skilled as Holst?
They say the enemy general has a weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator. Even my brother was powerless to stop him.
Sword of the Creator?
That's not possible.
The enemy forces are flying a banner bearing the crest of flames as they continue their march west along the Aramid River.
We believe they're marching toward Garreg Mach. We are preparing to meet them in battle.
A weapon that resembles the Sword of the Creator. And banner bearing the crest of flames. There is only one explanation. The one leading the enemy force is Nemesis himself.
Nemesis? That Nemesis? Do you really think the ancient king of liberation has been brought back to life?
Perhaps the seal was broken when Shambhala fell. An incredible power that we children cannot hope to match dwells within the blood of the progenitor god. Nemesis obtained that blood, so it would not surprise me if that were the case.
The blood of the progenitor god. That's right. He did take the remains from the holy tomb, didn't he?
From the blood of the progenitor god, Sothis, he acquired the crest of flames. From her bones and heart, he crafted the Sword of the Creator.
The Sword of the Creator is made from her bones and heart?
The heart of Sothis is the crest stone that was placed in the Sword of the Creator. The same is true of the crests of the 10 elites and the other crest stones. They were born of the blood and hearts of the progenitor god's children. Those who slither in the dark created them, stole them. Sothis never gifted that power to the humans.
The crests of the 10 elites, the crest stones, and the heroes' relics. I can't believe those who slither in the dark made them all. And after that, Nemesis used the Sword of the Creator to massacre all of the progenitor god's children in Xanadu. In other words, the citizens of Xanadu were killed by weapons made from the remains of their brethren. How atrocious. But I don't get it. The Sword of the Creator that Teach wields doesn't have a crest stone. So how is Teach able to wield its full power?
The crest stone of the progenitor god dwells within your professor. After I battled with Nemesis as Saint Seros, I reclaimed the heart of Sothis. I wanted to use that heart to resurrect her, even though I had to do some questionable things to achieve that goal. I wished to see Sothis, my mother, once more.
You placed her heart in me.
Yes. I believed that if I could resurrect my mother, I could regain all that had been lost.
So, that's the truth of it.
I suspected that your body housed the consciousness of Sothis. Those suspicions were correct. And yet, she merely gave you her power and vanished. My dearest wish did not come true. But you did inherit the power of the progenitor god. Now, you must use that power to defeat Nemesis once and for all. Fodlan's blood-stained history must end.
No pressure. Right, support. Hilda Sethith, Ace Plus support.
Ah, Hilda. Business in town?
Yes, I'm buying some art supplies.
Oh, to replenish what you used on our book, I presume. Allow me to compensate you.
No need. I use them for my own crafting and accessory making too. By the way, your tales seem quite popular. I saw a big crowd of kids at the church.
Wonderful to hear. We made the right choice leaving it there.
I also heard a mother scolding her child by saying, if you keep lazing around, you'll turn into a fox. Though, as long as there's a friendly squirrel around, being a fox doesn't sound so bad.
That was not my intention. Perhaps the story was better off in its original form after all.
Anyway, I guess you've got something to keep you busy after the war. Originally, these stories were for Flane, but now there are lots of people who love them. The kids are looking forward to your next release. You don't want to disappoint them.
I do wonder how appropriate it is to sit around and write children's books in an era of great change.
An era of great change. Isn't that exactly when kids need something to hold on to? They're the future of Fodlan, after all.
Astute observation. But if I am to continue in this trade, I will require more of your assistance.
Really? You're a successful author and you still want to use my lousy illustrations?
I need an artist who can appreciate the message, and who can draw pictures that resonate with children. Your art has a certain careless quality that I feel matches my work splendidly.
A careless quality? That doesn't sound like a compliment.
Did you not purchase those art supplies today in the hopes of continuing with this work?
Well, yes. I guess I can stick with it until the war is over.
Such lukewarm commitment. No matter. We can consider the post-war situation when we come to it.
I'm pretty fond of being a fox, but becoming a squirrel wouldn't be the worst thing. I'll admit, I like seeing Sedith pour his heart into these stories.
What was that?
Didn't say a word. Let's get to work on that sequel.
What are the sports I still need? Done, 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 done. So, Flane and Felix, A. And Cetus and Cyril. So, Flane, Felix, Cetus, Cyril. No one there. No Ignuts.
Let's see. I got the gist of it from Claude. Those who slither in the dark. They seem to be descended from humans who were forced deep underground after the goddess defeated them.
That's what I heard.
They were trying to wipe out the goddess and her followers in hopes of taking back the surface. That's why they called themselves saviors. To their mind, they were.
It seems that there are some Shambhala loyalists in Nemesis's forces. As long as they're around, we can expect them to continue with their cruel experiments.
Let's wipe them out then.
Yes, we have to. It's the only way to ensure nobody else will go through what I went through. We must obliterate them in the next battle. It's the only recompense for Edelgard's death.
Lady Rhea.
I'm not Lady Rhea.
Fodlan is essentially no more. We have nothing standing between us and Nemesis. If we're defeated, the whole land will be in great danger. We have no choice but to stake our lives on stopping the enemy.
True.
I hear some super strong and evil fellas are after Lady Rhea. She just barely made it back to Garreg Mach. And then this has to go and happen? I'll protect Lady Rhea as best I can. And you're gonna do the same thing, aren't you, Professor? Yeah, I know you will. Cut him down, Professor. Get every last one of those guys.
Hi. Please.
So we're defending Fodlan's future, huh? Kinda makes my mercenary ambitions feel pretty small. So I'll think about my promise to Captain Gerald to protect you instead. That'll be my reason to fight.
Thank you.
If I can get you through this in one piece, that's just as good as defending Fodlan's future, isn't it? I just hope he's watching.
My big brother challenged Nemesis. He knew he couldn't win. He just did it so that his friends could escape. He emerged from the battle with a terrible injury. It's a miracle he didn't die.
That was so noble of him.
Well, maybe he should have been a little less noble. When you're dead, you're dead. Dying to save someone else seems to defeat the purpose. I wouldn't do it. He's alive, and in spite of myself, I'm really proud of him.
My dear?
Let me in.
Before the monastery was completed, there was a massive battle on the Tailteen Plains. In that battle, the warrior Seros defeated the fell king Nemesis and reclaimed the bones and heart of Sothis. Those make up the divine sword that you wield and the crest that you bear. Now, Rhea, Seros, lies helpless. The only one who can defeat this so-called King of Liberation is the inheritor of divine power. You have our full and unwavering support. Only you can do this. Please, save this world.
Please keep quiet. Rhea is sleeping right now. She does not appear to be very well. I beg of you, please do everything you can to prevent an assault from Nemesis.
Professor, I thought the fighting was over, but it seems I will have the honor of fighting beside you a while yet. I may just be a humble soldier, but I will give everything I have for the defense of Fodlan.
I keep thinking the war is near its end, then it isn't. When can we finally put this dreadful war behind us?
Let's end it with the next battle.
That would be wonderful. Imagine the last moment of combat, then peace. It sounds like a fairy tale. I want to make this a world where there is no fighting, where children can grow up happy and safe.
Please?
A sudden invasion from Nemesis has plunged the Alliance territories into complete disarray. Against such overwhelming strength, my father and his forces had no choice but to retreat.
I'm glad he survived.
It was certainly prudent for him to avoid a fruitless death, but as things stand, he will not leave much of an impression on history. So, that falls to me. I will do all that I can for the future of Fodlan and the glory of House Gloucester.
I thought there was no reason to fight anymore. That was a bit naive, I suppose. I guess it'll be a while longer before I can see my family again. But it's worth it for the sake of Fodlan's future.
Bold of you to assume you survive.
Professor?
Yeah, it's a bit morbid, but...
Interesting. Seems like the war is gonna end soon. Once the dust settles, it'll be back to rolling in fat stacks of gold for me. Welcome!
Got anything interesting? Nope.
Come back soon!
Hello!
I need one of their...
Will this one do? It's will this one. It's will this one. It's will this one. It's will this one do? It's will this one. It's all you. Will this one? It's will this one do? It's all you. Will this one do? It's all will this one. It's all you. Tell your friends.
Hello there. This one, yes? This one, yes? This one, yes? I think. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. A pleasure to come again.
reminds me,
you.
I thought I'd be able to move a lot of merchandise with a big sale to commemorate the beginning of the new age of peace. But until you've taken care of Nemesis, I'm just going to have to maintain my usual prices.
Hello there.
Hey there. Is this it? There you go. Is this... There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this it? There you go. Is this... 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 There you go. Come back anytime.
Welcome. Come back soon. Welcome.
Yeah, ignorant by the...
Will this one do? Many thanks. Come back soon.
Professor? Professor! I just have to say thanks. For everything. I'm on high alert today, so don't you worry about a thing. This mysterious military force approaching Garrick Mach. Is it true that Nemesis is with them?
You can take him, Gatekeeper, any day.
It was Nemesis who led the 10 elites against St. Seros. It's the stuff of legend. But this time, he won't have the 10 elites on his side, right? He won't, right?
You just had to say it. Hashtag blame Gatekeeper.
So, listen. Nothing but unsettling news lately. One crisis after another. My fellow soldiers all seem strangely calm about it. Perhaps it's just because we all believe in you so much. With you around, we know everything will work out.
I have to tell you, did you hear? Our enemy is Nemesis. Unbelievable. It sounds crazy, but there's no laughing it off. We must make our move before they reach the monastery.
Hey, you.
Hello there.
Say, once Lady Rhea is fully recovered, she will resume her role as the Archbishop of the Church. Once she's in her rightful place, we'll need a sovereign to lead all of Fodlan. I think you or Claude would be ideal.
Well, just when we thought we made it to the end, another enemy approaches. Can we be sure this battle is the last one?
This is it, I think.
I think you're right. Just a little further to the end. Come on, Professor. We have to win.
Let's not trip at the finish line. It's the first time I've seen Felix outside of the training ground.
Okay.
The Fell King Nemesis. I imagine he'll be a worthy opponent. How many foes have tasted my blade? He will be an excellent finale. We will be victorious, Professor.
Yes, we will.
Splendid. Let's do it.
just when I thought bringing the Empire down would end the war, you had to fight where? Against whom? Everyone's all abuzz again. Could another conflict already be looming? Will this war ever end?
Whoa. Lady Rhea was injured. How could such a thing happen? Wasn't she supposed to be resting? I can't believe she'd put herself in danger by going into battle in that state. Oh, Goddess, please save Lady Rhea.
Professor! A turning point in history can also be a chance for profit. At least that's what I thought. But it's not working out that way. And now we have Nemesis to contend with. I can't catch a break. For our sake, please be victorious. If you lose, everything we've worked so hard for will have been for nothing.
Have you heard?
Hey, Professor. Have you heard from Claude? He says he's gonna throw a feast if we win the next battle. Enough food to clean out the stores.
That sounds great.
So I'm super motivated to win. I'm gonna train every muscle I got. I'm coming for you, Nemesis. I'm coming for you, Feast.
Well...
Hey, Teach. What a magnificent tale. It's enough to make your head spin. Rhea's real identity is Saint Seros, and the one who attacked us was Nemesis, the King of Liberation. On top of that, you've got the heart of the goddess in you. My flabber is completely gasted right now. But now isn't the time for standing around in disbelief. Nemesis has made it this far for a reason. If we aren't victorious, that's it for Fodlan's New Dawn. The world will be forever shrouded in darkness. This is the final battle. Finally. My friend, please give it your all out there.
Of course. Right, that's everyone. Oh no, there's one more white soldier. White dot.
Professor!
I can hardly believe we're going to go up against Nemesis. Unfortunately, my doubt won't change the situation. There's nothing for it but to prepare for battle. We must protect Lady Rhea.
So who still needs to support it? Sethith and Cyril. And... Blade and Felix.
The flavor is...
Right, Sethith and Cyril B support.
Hello, Cyril. On a break?
Just figuring out what needs doing next. Why? You need something done?
Nothing like that. I was hoping to speak with you.
You want to talk?
Yes. You told me that you are happy so long as you can continue to work for the Archbishop. Have you considered that there might be other ways to find happiness?
Nope. Repaying my debt to Lady Rhea is all I want to do.
What will you do once your debt is repaid?
I can never repay her.
You are possessed of a rare and admirable devotion. I too owe the Archbishop a debt, but repaying her is only one of the reasons I am here.
What you mean, one of the reasons you're here?
I mean that I have other motivations aside from that. If those motivations required me to be elsewhere, then I would be elsewhere.
Motivations?
Yes. I am fortunate enough to share common cause with the Archbishop. Thus, I am able to remain. Don't be mistaken. It is admirable to repay one's debts, but that alone should not define a person. While it is good to make peace with the past, it is also essential to look ahead to the future. What kind of future do you see for yourself? What can you do to work toward it? I would like you to think about what might make your future brighter.
I don't know if I understand you right. See, when Lady Rhea took me in, it was the first time I ever thought maybe I had a purpose. And I don't know what else I could wish for than that, you know?
I do not mean to trouble you. It's just that I cannot help but notice the way you squander your potential. It's as though you avert your gaze from it on purpose. Keep what I've said in the back of your mind, at least. You have plenty of time.
Okay, Sedith.
Now we need Flame and Felix.
This is new.
I'm happy.
Right, and choir practice with Flame and Felix.
Not.
And rinse and repeat. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Sundays. Group tasks. Flying. Sedith. Felix and Flame. Instruct. Automatically instruct.
I have a question.
What's your question, lad? I've had this sword for a long time. It's as much a part of me as the hand that holds it, but a good swordsmith can craft a weapon that's more effective and durable. Should I stick with my old familiar sword or acquire a better one? Why not use both?
Wow, I asked the wrong person.
You got 2 swords on you right now. What do you mean? Que no los dos. Loading screens.
I'm
I feel
happy now.
Alright, let's finish everyone's supports. His sword looks bad though. True. Right, Felix, Flame, go. Fall in love already, come on.
That looks at.
this is
The flavor.
This is...
Right, Flame and Felix, go.
it is
Not.
Okay. Felix and Flame, A support.
Felix.
You. What is it now?
Do not fret. I have not come to ask you to chop wood. I have other things to speak of with you. You said that for one to live, they must also be prepared to kill.
This again. Yes, that's what I said. You still have a problem with that?
No, I do not have a problem with it at all. I simply want you to live too.
Oh, okay. Then I'll get back to my training.
Excuse me, I am not finished yet. During this time of war, you must wield your sword to ensure your own life. If that is the case, then it follows that we should bring an end to this war.
To end the war, you'd have to kill more people.
Perhaps that is true. But once all is said and done, there would no longer be a need to kill, only to live. Is that not so?
That's pure fantasy. But if it came to pass, there would be no place for me. What would I do? I was raised to swing a sword. It's all I know. In a world without strife, warriors like me would be lost souls. It's tragic in a way. We fight to bring peace, and then, if we achieve it, we lose our purpose.
I do not think that is anything you should worry yourself over. If the war ends and peace reigns, I shall be sure to have plenty of wood chopping for you to do.
What a generous offer.
And you will never be short on fruits and vegetables to chop for me either. If you felt like you lost your purpose in life, surely you would find a new purpose. It is not like you to be afraid of losing something after all.
I never thought about it, but maybe there is a path for me in peacetime. I'm intrigued. I might even like to realize this fantasy of yours.
Oh, that brings me such joy, Felix. Together, we can make this a reality. I can see it now. A life where you slice vegetables rather than people. I will greatly enjoy the day when we inhabit a world like that.
Felix, the professional chef. Now it's just Setith and Cyril support left I need to get to. And there's all the support conversations.
Happy now?
More cards from my sleeve.
I think I've got...
There is always...
Oh, he's maxed out on bows. Right, sing and eat together.
The flavor. This.
Whose birthday is it? Leonie's.
Thanks.
All will be well. You... Look at our...
This'll be... Aha!
the flip this.
I've made my...
Yes, there we go. The last support conversation. Sethith and Cyril A support.
Cyril?
Hey.
You seem pensive. Have you been thinking over the advice I gave you?
Yeah, but it kinda scares me.
Scares you? Why?
If I found something else I was more interested in than repaying Lady Rhea, I don't know. Wouldn't that be kinda like I was betraying Lady Rhea, in a way?
Betrayal is a rather strong word, don't you think?
Well, I mean, Lady Rhea is why I got this life. Or any life. If I ended up just leaving her, that just seems real ungrateful and kinda rude.
If Rhea herself felt betrayed by your actions, then yes. I suppose it would be. But if all you are doing is seeking your path, with no harm to her, I do not think she would object. In fact, I am confident she would be happy for you.
You are?
Absolutely. If you continue to devote your whole life purely to repaying your debt, I think she will worry. You want to make Rhea happy, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course.
Then you should do what makes you happy.
Okay, I get that, yeah. By the way, there's something weird I noticed.
What is that?
Before, whenever we'd talk, you always used to call Lady Rhea the Archbishop. But just now, you were calling her Rhea.
Does it perturb you to hear me speak of her with such familiarity?
No, I just wondered why.
I am, of course, Rhea's servant. So, in a more formal context, I must maintain a deferential distance. But she and I are actually very old friends. In fact, we think of one another almost like family. I know Rhea extremely well. When I am confident about how she will feel, I am seldom wrong. So trust me when I say that if your path to happiness takes you away from here, she will wish you the best.
Okay, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you.
Right, last support conversation done. That's it. And the last day will be a rest day. To regenerate the sword of the creator for the last time.
We didn't do too bad, did...
Growth sustains.